When should we end, Dana? 10:25. Right.
We'll just meditate.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, CSL Greater Baltimore! Yes, so nice to be back in person again.
Yes.
I'm not excited, I'm just emoting.
You're not excited? You could have fooled us.
Heard that all the way down the hall.
Well, let's hope you can hear that out on the street. Good morning, CSL Greater Baltimore community. Let us begin our celebration service by ringing the chime, which will be followed by our invocation song by today's guest musician, Robert Hitz, and an invocation by Dana Cole, our practitioner of the day. Woo-hoo.
Good morning. My name is Dana Cole, and I would like to invite you to continue in this deliciousness of the atmosphere that Robert just created for us, and knowing that God is all there is. Each and every one of us have that spark of life within us, and we bring that spark of life into our presence actively right now. And as we together join in celebrating ourselves, in celebrating life, in celebrating this very moment, take a deep breath and know that you are God, and know that you have all that you need right here, right now, and always. And so we bless today's activities. We bless our gathering here today. We bless Robert, who's bringing us beautiful melodic vibrations. We bless Frank, who's bringing us a message for our hearts. We bless Marianne, Lord have mercy, Mary Ann Marsalek, who provided the pre-service meditation this morning. You know, we're invoking Mary Ann so that her spirit can resonate in our electoral practices this year. And so I release this prayer into the law of love and divine intelligence. So it is.
And so it is. Thank you, my dear. Everybody have a little program with them? Yeah. And on the third section there is our community covenant, which if those that might need it, a covenant is an agreement. It's just that, it's a covenant. So I would ask that you would read that along with me, our community covenant. The circle of divine love is complete. It comprehends all, includes all, and binds all together with everlasting unity. We are forever held in love's presence and divine care. Divine love is complete as me. I am the divine love that I am. And our community prayer, we can say that together. There is only one life. This life is good. This life is God. This life is my life now. And knowing that I am one with this life that is God, I therefore know that I am one with all of its blessed expressions, which includes the Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Baltimore Community. I know that the highest purpose of CSL Greater Baltimore is the revelation of God as divine love. As I now accept the highest expression of the Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Baltimore into my life, I know that it will be revealed in a way that will glorify God and serve the highest and greatest good for all who are touched by this presence. I am grateful. God is gracious.
Amen.
So it is. Amen. Aho. Asege. Blessed be.
Oh.
Think about that for a minute. Think about the words and the intention that you just put forth by reading those words. Because we're talking about divine love. We're talking about the greatest expression of our community. We're talking about giving of ourselves in a way that we binds us together, but then develops us as individuals. So yeah, that's some pretty profound thing. And actually, this was put together when some of us attended a workshop with Minister, I'm not going to remember her name. I can see her face.
Karen Kushner.
Karen Kushner, thank you. And we put together this during a workshop, and we developed this
Last year.
Yeah, it was last year, the year before, yeah, with Reverend.
In September.
So, again, welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Greater Baltimore Sunday Celebration Service. Thank you for joining us today. We have some new people here. We have some longtime members, and hopefully we have lots of people online. And so thank you for joining us from whenever and wherever you are. I am your host. My name is Robin Fahrenholt. I'm also the president of the Board of Trustees. Our speaker today is my brother, Frank Mastoris, and our practitioner who led our pre-service meditation. Oh, actually, Mary Ann led the pre-service meditation. Mary Ann Marsalek, thank you, my dear. And the invocation is Dana Cole. Our musician today, you're so blessed to have Robert Hitz with us. And our producer is Dana Cole as well. So thank you all for your service. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making us a special Sunday back in person again. Because at CSL Greater Baltimore, every Sunday is Bring a Friend or Family Member Sunday. So those new people that just showed up, if you have a friend or family member, tag them along next week because we'll be right back here. We invite you to bring a friend. Yes, next week we are here.
2 weeks.
First and third.
So we had a board meeting and said we would keep it on the 8th and then the 22nd and have the board meeting on the 22nd.
I wrote it down wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay.
It's wrong on the back of the program. I'm sorry, but I do make mistakes. And then I just own up to them, I don't really care. So, but we would love to have anybody come and hang out with us on a Sunday or any of our community activities. So, let's see where we are here.
So there's no service next Sunday?
There is online.
It's
It's
online
virtual.
next Sunday.
It's
If you
not
look on the
in
back
person.
there, that's backwards on the
Okay.
back of the, yeah, when it says upcoming events, I'm sorry. For some reason, I was thinking we were gonna do 2 consecutive Sundays.
But no.
We said that early and then we changed our mind.
Okay. So it's the first and the third.
So
Well, this is
from
the second,
October
right?
going forward, it's going to be the first and third.
Okay.
It's the
Yeah,
first
it's just
one,
Sunday
just pay
was Labor
attention.
Day. That's-
Yeah,
for the second
because
one.
you know the first Sunday was during the Labor Day weekend, so yeah.
All right.
Confused.
Nancy.
I'm not confused, I just,
Yeah.
No,
I didn't read my own notes from a board meeting, that's all.
Okay, so the next time in person is the 22nd.
Yes.
Welcome
Got
to
it.
life, honey.
Yes, that is the way my life has gone for many years.
No,
So now I would like to welcome back Robert
It's all good.
to
I
share
thought
his
you did. I
musical
circled
gifts with
one.
us.
Pink.
Before
With your color
he
code.
starts, I'd like to share a few words about him. His music truly touches your soul and creates a broad spectrum of emotions. Like I have cried more than once listening to his music. It just kind of, and it's just emotion. It's not sadness. It's just an overwhelming of emotion. He fills our hearts with joy and love and life, and it takes me to, and many others, to a deeper understanding of our relationship to the magnificent creative source behind all creation. Robert's classically trained, in case you can't tell by listening to his music. He has a BM, Bachelor's of Music, and a Master's of Music. Oh, this is going to be a good Sunday morning.
Just to
degrees
clarify.
from Peabody Conservatory in Baltimore
Okay,
and
yeah, I
Syracuse
know.
University in New York. Robert's musical compositions of today express eternal melodies of the music masters combined with his own spirituality inspired improvisations. So I just want to let mostly Stacy know, there's no music over there. He plays this,
Oh.
it gets channeled through his body.
Oh, wow.
There's not one sheet of music over there that he plays from.
Wow.
So we are very pleased to have Robert Hitz with
Channel.
us today, and thank you very much.
Channel it. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so
That's
much.
awesome.
He might ask you for a
And
word.
Today,
Lord.
I am going to send this music out for my dear colleague who is making his transition as we speak. This is for Buzz today, and for all of us who have in that place between, where, so it's been really wonderful. But so this is for moving on.
Buzz is so blessed to have you as a friend. It's everybody here. Just send Buzz some love as he's making his transitions today. So thank you, Robert, thank you, Dana. I want to thank everybody for being here today. I want to take a moment to talk about the world's religions. Because at the beginning of each month, we talk about that there are many trees with many branches. There's one mountain that has many paths. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what path you're on. It doesn't matter what branch you are on. It doesn't matter which root you're connected to. They all lead to spirit. We are all on the path together, whether we're sitting at the bottom of the tree or we're climbing in the branches at the top, whether you're on the last switchback at the top of the mountain or whether you're just starting in the foothills. It's all good, it's all God. And whether you call God Allah or Buddha or Jesus or Jehovah, it doesn't matter because we're all part of that one. So we honor all religions and all paths to spirituality. And I know you have a program, but I know I often don't follow it, so I'm sorry. It's just kind of, that's what happens when they let me stand up here. That's my prerogative, so. Okay, so, Dana, we're ready for spiritual practice. We've done a spiritual practice. We've done it, and then we'll have Frank come up. So I want to tell you a little bit about Dana. She's always in the back. You know, she's always behind the scenes, making things really happen. And I asked her yesterday. I said, Dana, I don't have a bio on you. I have a bio on Frank. I have a bio on John. I have a bio on Marianne. I have, I don't have anything. And she says, I'm tired, and she should be because she just started a new job. But what I know about Dana, she said that she had started in this teaching like in 2013. So yeah, she's been around for a while. And then in 2002 you started. In 2013 she became a practitioner. She's a
No, 2022. I was trying to say.
2022 she became a practitioner. We've yet to have that celebration, but that doesn't. Celebrations can happen anytime. But she has really been integral to CSL Greater Baltimore. And from the administrative perspective, from the spiritual leadership perspective, just from the friendship and the love perspective. So, yeah, I don't have an official bio on her, but I can tell you that she is a very accomplished, very talented, and very, very loved person. So I thank you very much, Dana.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you for that introduction.
Yeah. And she calls me her boo, which is, I think is funny. I love being called boo.
Well, she asked me, I asked her, what do you want me to call you? And she said, boo. I said, okay.
Baby boo.
So you all may know that today's theme is From Pieces to Peace. That's the month's theme for CSL worldwide. And it just so happens that I also get the daily word from Unity because I find that both, along with the CSL Science of Mind magazine, very useful. And just so happens that this Thursday, the word from the daily word was inner peace.
Inner peace.
No matter the state of my life, I am at peace. As long as I'm alive, my worldly fortunes will ebb and flow. Now, don't I know that? It's likely there will be times of plenty and times of lack, times of health and times of illness, times of harmony and times of cooperation, as well as times of conflict and disagreement. Even as my life's conditions change in ways desirable or not, peace can always be mine when I find meaning and purpose in my spiritual identity as a child of God. In God, I know perfect peace. It is the serenity of being comfortable in my skin, confident in my choices, and at ease with people I meet and the circumstances in which I find myself. My freedom lies in choosing peace again and again. I trust in life's perfect unfoldment. God's peace is my peace now and always. And the scripture that the Daily Word shares is Isaiah 55, chapter 12, verse 12, For you shall go out in joy and be led back in peace. And so our spiritual practice is just to contemplate for a moment on what I just shared. And then Frank, when you feel free, you have to introduce him.
I want to introduce my brother.
Yes. So no matter the state of my life, I am at peace. And so it is.
So it is.
No matter the state of my life, I am at peace. What a great affirmation to carry with us throughout the day. I would now like to introduce Frank Mastoris, who I call my brother from a different mother. Frank's been involved in religious science since 1992 and a licensed practitioner since 2014. He is a traveling health professional and has visited religious science churches and centers throughout the country. He is also in ministerial training, and hopefully a year from now we can be celebrating his completion of that course of studies. He's felt the call for over 40 years to live and share a life of oneness with and as the divine expression of all life. Frank's spiritual work is to always call others to their deeper awareness of the divine within and throughout their lives. And he is a walking embodiment of that. We're glad to have Frank with us today. He's going to talk to us about opening to peace, about being aware of the peace within yourself. I'm sure he's going to be most inspirational. And I just want to give him a big hug while he comes up here. Because it's like hugging a big teddy bear, you know? I just love it.
I take hugs. I'll get in line. Y'all can hug me.
I should get one of those shirts that says free hugs. I think I might give it.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I'm just going to take a moment and set my timer. I never actually know where I am. I'm supposed to, when you're a minister, you're supposed to do a 20-minute sermon. And in reality, I never know what I'm doing, how long it's going to go. So I'm going to set a timer and see just how far I get. Okay. Because I've done 5, I've done 30, so that's where we are. Okay.
Hey, if you can say it in 5, why take 30, you know?
Hey.
Seriously.
Okay, the title for this talk is Rising into the Peace of Oneness. And rising is kind of a misnomer because what we're rising from is kind of the muck of our thinking patterns that we kind of get stuck into where we're, oh, this isn't good, this is bad, this is awful. But in reality, what we are is we're going inside. So that's kind of a misnomer. And I just want to start with a story. A young woman named June lived in a city with daily chaos and feeling overwhelmed by life, the demands, the noise. I live in DC. Tell me about noise, okay? And life in general. She found a garden behind her apartment building. And determined to cultivate inner peace, she cleaned the weeds and planted delicate flowers. Every day she sat amidst the blossoms, closed her eyes, and embraced tranquility. This simple act taught her to silence the external clamor, the outside noise, and to nurture her inner serenity. As her garden flourished, so did her spirit, teaching June the profound beauty of finding peace amidst the chaos. And I share that story because I'm an intensive care nurse. And part of this is I'm on cardiac monitors and they beep constantly. It's like nonstop. It's like, would you stop it already? And I broke the monitor.
No, we do not want to stop the cardiac monitor. Think about the ramifications.
Well, I want to stop the cardiac monitors. Okay, I just want them to be calm. We don't use a Q word either. Okay. You know, we live in this world of physical form. We have reports and experiences of violence, assaults, poverty, oppression, racism, sexism, and all the other isms, ableism. The number of isms goes on and on and on that make us feel separate. And that's not the reality of our truth. The human mind tends to want to categorize everybody so that we can make a meaning out of it. But in reality, it also separates us. We apply labels. But the real label is that we are one life called God expressed. We get more peace when things seem to be, how do we get more peace when things seem to be falling apart? Ernest reminds us, peace is at the center of our beingness. When we're not experiencing peace, we're separated. We're feeling separate. And that's an illusion. Separation is an illusion because none of us could ever be separate from anybody else. We're like facets of a diamond, or as our beloved brother said, we are spokes on a wheel. Each of us connected to that wheel, expressing ourselves completely, being ourselves completely, individualized. One individual expression of life. And we kind of bounce off each other. Like with the diamond, the light hits one area and it refracts through another area. And we're always shining, whether we realize it or not, even in the midst of whatever, whatever's going on in our life, in the outer world. So let's just give a quick definition of peace. Well, not so quick definition of peace. Let me take that back. Peace is defined as a state of tranquility, security, and calmness. It's freedom from violence, freedom from persecution, compassion for others, balance of power. Peace is harmony and freedom. And really, why do we want peace? We have the option to do whatever we want. We can either express it, live it, or we can choose to live in chaos. We're always open to that. We can always have that. We can always say, I don't like what we got, so I'm going to sit there and fight against it. I'm going to rage against the machine, and I'm going to argue and bitch and scream and make it something other than what it is. We all got choice. It is our choice what we want. Peace lets us build relationships. Peace lets us build communities. Peace lets us achieve human rights. Think about it. everybody has the right to be loved, just the way they are. Remember when I shared a few sermons back, I shared about my friend who was in a wheelchair, and how everyone was so, I'm having a brain fart today. I'm having a hard time remembering names. Sorry, guys. It's called from not sleeping well. And how everyone kind of treated him differently. But he really wasn't different. He was just the same human being with the same wants, the same desires, the same needs, the same everything. He just wanted to be loved. Just like all the rest of us, we all want to be loved. Most of us. I mean, there are a few people who want to be hated, but that's their issue. You know. Peace enables us to avoid chaos. Peace helps us to build resilience because God knows life can be hard sometimes. I mean, sometimes we face this daily stuff that just comes up and you go, ugh, I don't know if I want to deal with that today. Peace can improve our well-being. And really, with peace, we can help the earth to survive if we choose to live eco-friendly. But everything we have and everything we do is really a choice. On November 7th, 1954, Ernest Holmes had a sermon, and he said, "You and I know that no matter how confused we are, if we get to by ourselves long enough and think of peace, we shall become peaceful." Peace is that divine presence at the heart of God. Peace for us requires intentionality and action. As Dana shared in her reading, you have to desire or want to be peaceful. And then you got to take action. It's not going to be there at the heart, your heart, unless you say, I choose to be peaceful. I choose to be happy. And then choosing to sit with it. And to take action to be peaceful, to be happy, to be okay with whatever's coming up. And sometimes, let's face it, our buttons get pushed. We live in a world. We all got buttons. I have mine. Last night when my husband rolled over on me and I couldn't breathe, I had a button. It's like, get off me! I gotta breathe. Hey, go get my inhaler. I want to get to stay alive. Okay. So we all have buttons. It happens, and it's okay. Even in the midst of our buttons getting pushed, we can have peace. But it's the way we deal with whatever's coming up for us. Jesus, Gandhi, and the Buddha knew that only one thing could bring peace on earth. And peace on earth will only occur when we have peace in our hearts. If we're looking for peace out there, we ain't going to find it until we have it here. It's got to be here. So going back to my story from the beginning with June. June found peace in the quietness of life, just being present to it in the quiet. That's a cool practice. And we get to practice that anytime we want to. We get to practice peace and oneness in the silence. And even sometimes in the non-silence, we get to practice peace and oneness. Every moment can be a moment of meditation. Every moment of silence can also be a moment of meditation. And June listened to her truth and found peace. That period we took just short of, right after the sermon, we took that time to just be quiet and think for a moment and just reflect on what was read. It's the practice of contemplative meditation. Contemplative meditation involves finding a statement, reading something beautiful that you like, and just sitting with it and allowing it to be present to you. That's a practice we can use to become centered back into our peace and into our oneness, because our oneness is what brings us back to, our peace and our oneness bring us back to that connection. Walking in nature can bring us back to that connection. I love the beach. You put me in a forest, I'm lost. Okay, I'm flat out gonna be honest with you. You put me in a forest, I'm done. When you put me on the beach, I'm totally in it. It's like I'm in my place. I'm totally, oh my God, I totally feel great. I totally think. Now, I will admit, I have my moments when I'm near the forest, where it's like the other day I was driving and I was near the forest. I go, oh, I got this weird connection with the forest. What's that about? It's like, okay, that's nice. I usually don't get connected to God in the forest. Okay, I'm just driving past it. We all, and that's just another spiritual practice we can have. We can have it. How many of you have walked a labyrinth before?
A labyrinth?
The labyrinth, yes.
It's a labyrinth. That's just one fabulous spiritual practice of sitting in mindfulness, of being present to spirit within you, and not having to focus on anything but what's right in front of you, and mindfulness and peace and oneness. What a labyrinth is, guys, it's a painted path. For those of you who don't know, and what it does, you just kind of walk it, and the more you walk it, you can move into a silent meditation. And the whole idea is to move into meditation and to allow yourself just to be peaceful and free. Forgiveness. Oh boy, the biggie. And ho'oponopono, asking for forgiveness, where we can sit and forgive ourselves for the things we've done wrong and forgive other people. That's where our buttons get pushed. When we get our buttons get pushed, forgiveness can free us to be peace. And sometimes, guys, they don't deserve freedom, but we do. We deserve the peace and the oneness, regardless of what someone else has done in our life. All of us. And as some of you know, my story is that I'm an abuse survivor. My father was an alcoholic, used to come home and beat the hell out of us just because we existed. I had to be free, and I had to forgive him, and I had to be free because I had to have my life. If I chose to stay in that anger, I'd be there, I'd still be there. I don't want to live like that. I want to be happy. I want to jump for joy. I want to dance. I want to sing. I want to be free.
Alrighty then.
You know, the Buddhists, they practice mindfulness meditation. They just sit for hours just practicing meditation. I wish I didn't have to work. I really do. I'd be happy to do that. Yeah, well, I know I have to pay the bills, okay. Okay, don't go there.
Join an ashram.
Yeah, but my husband won't like that. And the simple act of doing anything and focusing in on it intently, like washing dishes, that can be a spiritual practice. Just washing a dish by hand can be the spiritual practice as long as you're aware of what you're doing and why you're doing it. You're focusing preferably on God while you're doing it. And that's a spiritual practice. And there's one place where we can really go into a spiritual practice. The space when somebody hits our butt. There's a space between when they say something and when we either react or act. In that space, we are a choice. We are a choice to be peace and love, or we can react and be nasty. Take a pick. Okay. Right. Now that doesn't mean we should take abuse at all. But it does mean in that space we have a choice to be peace and love and oneness, or we can be nasty and just act from the human ego perspective. I was thinking, this came up this morning because I was thinking, I went out yesterday to buy a Mega Man's ticket. my husband and I have the fantasy we're going to win the 800 million and immediately retire. 2 years ago, I was working out of town and I went to 7-Eleven and I'm standing there and I'm buying a ticket and some guy next to me goes, why are you doing that? That's just, you're just throwing your money away. And I had a couple of choices here. I could either say nothing to him, or I could say, thank you for sharing, which is what I did. Or I could have told him to mind his own damn business. I shared this with some friends and they said, I should have told him to mind his own damn business. But I had a choice there. And I chose to say, thank you for sharing and not let his energy come at me. I made a choice like in the martial arts where they let the energy flow past them. They let energy flow past them. They don't have to take it on. I didn't have to take his stuff on. I went on, bought my ticket. I was happier than a clam. And I don't care what he thought about me. But I was happier than a clam. And I didn't take on his energy, his negativity. I just let him go on his life and I let him do his thing. And I didn't have to teach him anything. Because the reality is everyone's just doing the best they can with where they are. So in closing, Ernest Holmes reminds us that we've learned more than enough from pain. Okay? I don't know about you, but I've learned everything I ever want to learn from pain. But I want to keep learning from peace and oneness. So today I'm going to bring a prayer up for us to close. I give thanks, knowing that I live in the eternal peace and oneness, that each and every one of us lives in that place of total oneness, so that absolutely nothing rocks our world. Regardless of the outer experiences, regardless of the outer expression, our life is forever held in that oneness. Our peace is forever held in that oneness. We are the love that God is, period. And nothing rocks us. Nothing moves us. And we live in that peace now and forevermore. And so it is. Amen.
And so it is.
So it is.
I'm a little off 18 minutes. Okay. Thank you all.
Thanks.
All right.
Thank you, Frank. That was wonderful, and I really appreciate the mindfulness of that and the mindfulness to stay in peace. So I'm going to take this, and again, I am using his energy and our energy here to send it out to the world.
Yay, bravo.
I stand in peace. Thank you.
I cannot tell you how fascinating it is to sit there and watch his hands move on that keyboard. Just knowing that that music is just being created as he sits there, that is just absolutely amazing to me. So thank you again for gracing us with your wonderful peace and skills and talents and inspiration. Very grateful. Here at the Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Baltimore, we practice what we call conscious giving. You're giving not just because of obligation, you're not giving because you feel like you have to contribute to something. No, you consciously know the intention and the power of your giving. And in Buddhism and Hinduism and Jainism and Sikhism, that practice is called dana. Dana. D-A-N-A, dana. Dana is the practice of cultivating, which just means you're nourishing it, you're contributing it, you're bathing it, you're cultivating generosity. And it can be in the form of giving to the people in need. Like I will let you know, I have several blessing bags out on the table in the hospitality area. Please take them with you. They're the last of this year's batch. And we'll do another batch in the winter to give out again. But they're not doing anybody any good until they're in some person's hand who is experiencing homelessness or need on the street. That's what they're for. And I find it very rewarding to know that if I encounter someone in an intersection or at a stoplight, that I have something tangible to give them. It has personal hygiene items in there, food. I did take the water out because the water had been in there for a while. If you want to add a bottle of water, but please take them with you today. So as we gather today in the spirit of love and fellowship, we are mindful of the powerful impact of conscious giving, dana. As we give, we receive. And frankly, I receive a lot from giving those bags to people who are experiencing homelessness on the street. It's better than like giving them money and not knowing what that money is going to be used for. You know that it's something that they can actually benefit from, and it will lead to their better health. And there are a few ways to practice conscious giving, and your support of the Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Baltimore. You'll find them on the donate page of our website. And you can use PayPal, use Giveify, you can text, you can put a check in the mail, goes to my address, whatever, okay? So we will make it as easy for you as possible. So I'd ask for you to join with me in our declaration of financial wealth and abundance. And it is, I believe, is it in there or not? Then we're going to have to do a call. So we can do this. So please repeat after me. Together as a community.
Together as a community.
Let us declare our financial wealth and abundance.
Let us declare our financial wealth and abundance.
I joyfully, consciously, and gratefully.
I joyfully, consciously, and gratefully
participate in the law of circulation.
participate in the law of circulation.
I trust in the spiritual principle
I trust in the spiritual principle
that says, as I sow into my beloved community,
that says, as I sow into my beloved community,
I demonstrate my awareness
I demonstrate my awareness
of standing not only in the flow,
of standing not only in the flow,
but as the flow itself.
but as the flow itself.
As I sow of myself,
As I sow of myself,
my time, my
My
treasure,
time.
and my talent.
my
time, my treasure, and my
talent,
I demonstrate my support and engagement
I demonstrate my support and engagement
in my community's vision, mission, and purpose.
in my community's vision, mission, and purpose.
I actively give as a demonstration of manifesting.
I actively give as a demonstration of manifesting,
Of reaping the harvest of a world that works for all.
of reaping the harvest of a world that works for all.
And I thank you all for your support.
Thank you all for your support.
Thank you. There's always one in the crusties. Thank you.
I'm saying that for me because I'm getting ready.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Few announcements.
We have some announcements. If you look on the back of your program, I'll make sure that everybody's aware of the mistake I made in the events that are coming up. Of course, this Sunday, we have our first back in-person celebration. Thank you all for being here. The next in-person celebration will be September 22nd. It's the 15th on your announcement, but it should be the 22nd. However, in between there, next Sunday on September 15th, Jessie Powers, who, if you do not know Jessie, I call her a walking ray of sunshine. She is just a beacon. And she is going to be here for, not here, but at the Rusco Mansion at 4 o'clock for a concert. So bring your chair, bring your blanket, bring your wholesome spirit, because that's what Jessie's going to bring, I can tell you, and enjoy an afternoon with Jessie Powers. On the following Saturday, we are having a Peace Pole dedication ceremony at the Rusco Mansion, and we have collaborated with them for this event that's coming up in October, and Saturday is the International Day of Peace, and we will be revealing a peace pole there at Rusco Mansion. Just going to be a brief, maybe a half an hour ceremony, starting at 12 noon. On the 22nd, we will be here, okay? On the 29th, we will be on Zoom, and then comes the big day, October 5th, the Peace and Wellness Festival. It is going to be phenomenal. We have over 30 vendors, okay? We have a full lineup of entertainment. We are very excited. What's that, Nancy?
A lot of food.
A lot of food. Nancy's always about the food. It has just unfolded tremendously. It's been great. There's no admission. Come and enjoy the day. Enjoy the vendors. Enjoy the exhibitors.
Bring your money.
Bring your
Buy
money, because
from
we
the
will be having
vendors.
some raffles and some silent auctions and things like that. It's going to be a really good day.
Where's that gonna be at?
At the Rusco Mansion and Newtown Community Center, right there on.
Cold Spring.
It's Newtown. That's where I live.
No, but it's off of Cold Spring.
Yeah.
Cold Spring.
It's off of Cold Spring, right
It's
off
the
of
same
Northern
place
Park.
where all this other stuff is.
Yes.
Ruscombe
It's
Mansion.
near
Resto.
Sinai Hospital.
It's on
I know where
Yellowwood
it's
Silver.
Road.
No clue, no clue. Just moved here.
Yeah,
Yep,
she just came here from
type
Wisconsin.
type it in the
I'm in Baltimore.
Google, you'll find it.
Yeah, that's, if
Probably
you're on Roland
closer
Avenue,
to
you're about maybe 2 miles from Ruscombe.
Yeah, you're not far. If you're on Roland Avenue, you
That's
can't be far.
You're closer to it than we are.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dana, anything else for the good of the order?
Yeah, so AMA is hosting another gathering, the Autumn Equinox Sound Bath and Shared Wisdom Circle. And it's Sunday, the 22nd from 2 to 5 at 3000 Chestnut Avenue in Baltimore.
Which Sunday? This Sunday or every?
September 22nd.
I'm sorry, okay.
From 2 to 5. And love donations are accepted with a suggested donation of $22. If you go and look at the broadcast again, it is in the announcements.
Yes. Anything else? Anybody else have something to share? Nancy, I can see
I-
something's on your mind.
I don't have my calendar with me, but I know that after the Peace Pole ceremony, I'm sorry, it's on the 15th, is a full moon.
17th is the full moon.
Well, there's a full moon ceremony after one of our, I think it's after Jessie.
Okay.
Oh
After
yeah,
Jessie,
at 7 o'clock they start.
Right,
Yes.
at Ruscombe.
Yep.
So
Because you have the fall
we can go
equinox coming up, so
after
there'll be-
after Jessie, we can go eat.
And then come back and celebrate the equinox.
And then come back to Ruscombe.
For Andrea and for Stacy.
Nancy, you and food.
Nancy's life revolves around food. I mean, she is our hospitality person. She does our lunch bunch stuff.
Was it a
The
brother
woman is
from
motivated
another
by
life?
food.
That's my mother from the.
All right.
I love it.
Thank you all for being here.
That's
So I can
so
feel
nice.
the energy of things coming back
Well,
again,
what time
and
is it?
just, I love Zoom. I love going to church in my pajamas. It's one of my favorite things, but I also love when we're all here in one room and you can feel that, tangibly feel it. So thank you all for being here and have a wonderful week. Remember, peace is always your choice.
It's your choice, that's right. It's your choice.
And Frank, can I bother you for a closing prayer, my
Of
brother?
course.
It's not even a bother, it's a privilege for
It
him.
is a privilege.
The man likes to pray
Also bless the offering.
and bless.
Yes, and bless the offering. Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
And as we leave here in this moment, I know that God is everywhere present in this place, within each and every one of us, in the very air we breathe, in the chairs that support us, in Bob's beautiful music, and in that intricate harmony that he plays, and melody. In this space, everything is filled with God, which is love. And love is everywhere present. I know that this offering is blessed because it's part of God, and it's blessed. It's the self-givingness of God to itself. I know that we are part and parcel of this, God, giving in the ever-divine flow of giving and receiving. And this service has been done in divine perfection. And I release this knowing it's been done in divine perfection. And so it is.
And so it is. Yay, God.